This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Leo Inc., Daolis Brothers Construction, and King Movers and Storage.
Hello, Lynners. I hope you are enjoying fall and this latest episode of the LCTV News. I'm Danny Vittori, and grants and funding continue to come, thanks in part to the many community organizations and activist groups in Lynn. Speaking of innovation, hear more from the Lynn Calm Team, a first-of-its-kind unarmed crisis response team. That and more will be highlighted this week, September 26th, 2025. On Saturday, September 13th, homeowners, members of community groups, and elected officials gathered at Frederick Douglass Park to kick off a statewide campaign to, quote, stabilize rent in Massachusetts by limiting annual rent increases to no more than 5%, end quote. This initiative, Keeping Massachusetts Home campaign, has been collecting signatures to get a modern rent stabilization bill initiative on the 2026 ballot. Currently, they have more than 74,000 signatures, including elected officials from the city of Lynn. The ballot initiative, an initiative petition to protect tenants by limiting rent increases, would cap annual rent increases to 5%. For example, for an apartment that costs $2,000 per month, this means an annual increase in monthly rent of no more than $100 per month. This initiative would also apply when new renters move in, so that landlords cannot drastically increase the price between tenants. Earlier in September, Massachusetts Attorney General Andrea Campbell said the proposed rent stabilization initiative met the constitutional requirements to appear on the ballot. The Lynn Senior Center was rocking the afternoon of the 19th for their Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. Seniors took to the dance floor during a live band performance, and the mayor even stopped by to wish them a happy Hispanic Heritage Month.
I'm Raimi Morales. I'm here at the Lynn Senior Center. We're going to entertain these people here today celebrating the Heritage Day. So let's get ready to have fun.
Muchísimas gracias. Feliz mes de herencia hispana, todos. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month, everybody. Thank you. Celebramos aquí en la ciudad de Lynn nuestra herencia diversa, y esto incluye la herencia hispana, y estamos muy orgullosos de tener esto, y agradecemos mucho a todos que están compartiendo su herencia, porque cuando comparten se hacen la herencia de todos, de nuestra ciudad. I just want to say thank you all so much to everyone who is putting together a great event today. Our Hispanic heritage in the city of Lynn is something that we're really proud of, and I really appreciate when folks are sharing their heritage, because when you share your heritage with everyone, it becomes our shared heritage, something that we're all proud of here in the city, and we really appreciate that.
How you guys doing? Are we having fun? Is everybody having fun? That's what it's all about. Parece que estamos aquí. That's what we're here. See, look at the big.
Raw Artworks is teaming up with Lynn Municipal Partners to install a large street mural in Central Square. This project is being funded by a $100,000 Bloomberg Philanthropist Asphalt Art Initiative grant, with work beginning this fall. Raw Artworks will also be joining an international cohort of 10 cities to improve public safety, revitalize public spaces, and engage communities through art. The Asphalt Art Initiative found that across 22 city project sites, after art was incorporated into roadway designs, there was a 50% drop in crashes involving pedestrians and cyclists, and a 27% increase in drivers yielding to pedestrians with the right-of-way. As stated by Raw Artworks Executive Director, quote, "This funding not only validates the power of public art to bring people together, but also empowers us to create a vibrant, inclusive space that reflects the spirit and diversity of our community." Last Saturday provided perfect weather for the GLCC's Clock to the Rock 5K. Organizers adjusted the course back to its original route along Linshore Drive, so participants ran by the clock and the rock. Upon their return, runners and the greater community enjoyed refreshments and giveaways from local organizations and businesses.
Good afternoon. It's a great day here at the Clock to the Rock, the Greater Lynn Chamber of Commerce Clock to the Rock. We're here with a couple of the race coordinators. We have the Clock to the Rock race coordinator, Christine Pierce, and we have the Lynn Fire Lynn Police Family Day coordinator, Dan Dulong, as part of the series, the Shoe City series. Our next race is coming up, and I'm sure Dan will tell us a little about that.
This is the third race, the Clock to the Rock. Very successful day today. Beautiful weather, beat last year's rain. We have one more race in the series coming up. That's the Turkey Trot. It's going to be run out of Rollies down in Wyoming Square. John Hogan's in charge of that. If you haven't signed up for the Shoe City series, that's all right. You can do it next year. There is still time to sign up for that 5K. More information to follow.
Yes, first of all, thank you to Lynn Community TV for being here today and covering this great day. But we want to just thank the whole Lynn community for coming out, the Lynn Police, the Mass State Police, DCR. We have unbelievable sponsors. We have EDIC, who always comes through for us with this race, and Obtech, we have King Movers.
We have the Lynn Fire Department here. We have Flag Pharmacy, Mass Saves, Rolly Tavern, Bentwater Brewing.
Sand Imagination is a new place that opened in North Shore Mall for kids. So without everybody's help, this wouldn't be possible. And I have to give a huge thanks to Ryan and Christine Niels from the Chamber office. Without them, this would not all be possible. And Dan Dulong for your arch and your bouncy house. And thanks to all my volunteers out on the race route, keeping everyone safe.
A lot of the runners are coming back. We're hearing a lot of positive feedback about the route going down along Linshore Drive again, so we'd like to thank Senator Crichton and Representative Cahill, as well as the DCR and the State Police for making that happen. The Chamber of Commerce has a ton of exciting things coming up. Next weekend, we're going to be down at the ferry site with a food truck and craft beer festival. Please come down and join us. Tickets available online. Love being part of the community. Please, if you see some of the back of these shirts and some of the sponsors, they do it for us. They make these community events happen. It's very important, so thank you.
The City of Lynn has partnered with Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare to install a new Mamava Lactation pod to meet the needs of breastfeeding parents. The pod is located on the 4th floor of City Hall near room 407, and residents must download the Mamava app to access it. It is available to both the public and city officials during regular business hours. The Mamava Lactation pods are freestanding spaces designed with easy-to-clean surfaces and outlets, allowing for a private and comfortable place to breastfeed or pump. As stated by Mayor Joe Nicholson, quote, "This pod will provide a comfortable and secure place for all parents to nourish their children, reinforcing our commitment to building a more inclusive and supportive community," end quote. This initiative was funded by wellness and innovation credits received during health benefits renewal negotiations with Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare. The office of Senator Brendan Crichton announced that on Thursday, September 25th, the Massachusetts legislature enacted a supplemental budget bill that prioritizes the most vulnerable communities by supporting fiscally struggling hospitals and community health centers. The bill, H4530, will target a widening gap in the Healthy Safety Net program, which provides funding for medically necessary care for uninsured, underinsured, and/or low-income residents. It will direct $234 million in aid to hospitals and community health centers across Massachusetts, including Lynn Community Health Center. $199 million will be available for eligible high public payer acute care hospitals. Hospitals serving the greatest percentage of low-income residents and those under the most severe financial hardship meet this criteria, with the remaining $77 million used to stabilize the Health Safety Funding Net Trust Fund. Brenda Rodriguez, CEO of Lynn Community Healthcare, added, "At a time when rising costs and federal funding shortfalls threaten access, this investment provides stability that allows us to keep our doors open to those who need us most. It's a powerful affirmation of Massachusetts' commitment to health equity and the belief that every resident deserves high-quality, affordable care close to home," end quote. Back to events, head over to the brand new Harbor Park for the first annual La Cultura Fest hosted by the Millennium Latino Project in celebration of their 1-year anniversary as a nonprofit.
Y 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, we're here with the Millennium Latino Project, first La Cultura Festival here at the Lynn Harbor Park. It's truly amazing. The city of Lynn came out today. A lot of organizations here, also a lot of food vendors. This is just a truly amazing event, and the committee that put this together, I can't say enough about.
So we are part of the Millennium Latino Project. This is our first festival. So we actually have a year that we started this group. This is a group of 5 friends. And we just started this nonprofit. So La Cultura Fest, we really just want to bring the community together, the Hispanic community together. And we want to help, the reason of MLP is to help young professionals, help small businesses get together and really just showcase themselves and really get to know, everybody that's around and what they're doing. So that's the point of this. We want to get everybody together. We want to make sure that they're able to, sell their or show their art side and sell it out to the community.
And so we just wanted to celebrate our 1 year, and what better way than just giving back to our community through bringing back the Latino Festival in the city of Lynn. And so we're really excited. There's so many vendors. There's about 40 vendors here between food and just local resources for the community. And that's really our goal here.
Yesterday, the 25th, the Lynn delegation nominated 3 individuals for the annual Latino Excellence Awards, organized by the Massachusetts Black and Latino Legislative Caucus. These awards honor the outstanding and transformative work done by Latinos in their community. The Lynn delegation nominated Michelle La Poetica Richardson, Alexandra Rodriguez, and Rosemary Sargent. As Lynn's first poet laureate, Richardson champions the art and culture aspects of the city by organizing public readings and sharing original works. Additionally, she founded Density and serves on the Lynn Public Arts Commission. Rodriguez was the first in her family to graduate from college. As a legislative aide in the office of Chair Cahill, she helps constituents access resources and navigate systems. An immigrant from Costa Rica, Sargent served as a congressional aide to U.S. Rep. John Tierney for more than 16 years. She's also a founder of Voices and played a vital role in organizing Lynn's first Hispanic parade. Congratulations to all the nominees. Classical football put up a fight, but ultimately fell to Medford 20-0. The game was stuck in a scoreless tie until late in the third quarter, but then the Mustangs broke away, scoring once in the third and twice more in the fourth to pull away for the win. With this loss, the Rams dropped to 0-3 on the season. Kit Panthers didn't fare any better in a 34-12 final with Manchester Essex. Kit found the end zone in the first and fourth quarters, but the rest of the game was all Manchester, who took a 22-point lead by halftime, Kip is also 0-3 on the season. In a meeting between 2-0 teams, St. Mary's was on the road, suffering their first loss of the season, 26-14 to Gloucester. After shutting out their first two opponents, it was the Spartans who found themselves in a 20-7 deficit by halftime. Bright spots for the visitors included a 60-yard rushing score by Tyrene Hugh and a 40-yard TD pass by Michael Sherman. While the Tigers defended Manning Field and remained perfect on the season with a 20-6 victory over Montechusett Tech on Saturday night. Lynn Tech ran all over the defense with 3 Tigers scoring rushing touchdowns. Colin McHugh led the offense with a score and 165 yards on 11 carries. Montechusett cut the deficit to 13-6 in the third, but the Tigers' defense did not allow any more scoring for the rest of the game. On September 18th, Kip could not find their way through the Minutemen's defense, falling by a score of 6-1. Classical didn't do any better, dropping a 3-0 final against Everett on the 23rd. While St. Mary's boys moved to 3-1-2 following a 2-1 loss to Malden Catholic and a 1-1 split with Bishop Fenwick on the 24th. While Tech was victorious in a tight 1-0 game over Shawsheen Valley Tech, where Anthony Zavala scored the only goal of the night. As for the girls, Lynn Tech was the host, but they were also a goal short in a 4-3 final with Lowell Catholic. Sophia Skabakis hit a significant milestone in her career, scoring goals 99, 100, and 101 in a 3-2 comeback win for St. Mary's over Bishop Fenwick. Down 2-0, the senior captain tied the score in the 28th minute before hitting the game winner 3 minutes into the second half. It was all Lynn in volleyball, as the Tigers, Spartans, and Rams notched victories over their opponents. First up, Lynn Tech went 3-0 over the Minutemen. Leah Morales was everywhere, collecting 10 digs, 4 kills, and an ace. Then St. Mary's took care of business 3-2 against arch-rival Bishop Fenwick on the 23rd. Even better, this was the Spartans' first victory against Fenwick in volleyball in 18 years. Finally, Classical and Somerville were both undefeated in the Greater Boston League entering the match, but it was the Rams who came out on top 3-0. They are now 9-2 overall and 6-0 in the GBL, off a strong performance by Emma Cavalier with 23 assists, 3 kills, and 5 digs. The Red Sox are fighting for playoff position, beating the Toronto Blue Jays 4-1 and 7-1 before losing 6-1 in the finale. Currently, they hold the second wild card seed and require one more win to clinch their spot. Currently, they would be traveling to New York for the wild card series. After more than 4 years of work and 2 mayors, the Lynn Calm Team is out and serving the community. An unarmed crisis response team meant to help those experiencing a mental health crisis, addiction, or other nonviolent situations. 2 of their members were our guests on the Lowdown, displaying their new uniforms and resources for helping the community. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we have on 2 members of the awaited Lynn Calm Team. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Mom, I'm on TV.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and I know we have to get down into the serious stuff, but I gotta say that the shirts, you can see you. Right.
If we're responding to underground, like under the sea calls, we'll be there. We'll see us.
We will. Be like, I got it. It's a beacon.
I think that's the main thing, just to be visible.
You are. You're definitely. Hey, you know what? You're definitely visible. And even just in general, I know you've only been launched for how long have you been launched? A few months.
So yeah, about a month. Yeah.
And I've already seen you at multiple events, so that is very impressive. And I said it's taken 5 years, 2 mayoral administrations, a long time. How does it feel to be, you finally launched this unarmed crisis response team?
Yeah, so for me, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. The Lynn Justice Racial Coalition, it's a group of nonprofits, social services, faith groups. They got together and they wanted to put an unarmed response team, an alternative to policing. And so I wasn't part of all of that. I came on board in January, and I said, let me see what this is all about and see if this is something that I could help here in the community and be part of it.
Yeah, and I also when I started hearing about it, it's a people's vision, and at that time I was in school and studying conflict resolution, and so I realized how important this is for the Lynn community, and actually I got really excited, and when the job got posted, I was like, this is meant to be for me, and I think this is really important service that we are bringing to the city of Lynn, and it's really nice and exciting to be seeing it here, and it's starting life.
I think so, and it's you two and then two other members right now, correct?
Yeah.
4 of you?
So it's Jorge Tobalino, Jorge Taya Tobalino, and then Candace McClory, who sits at City Hall. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And since I have you two on today, before we totally get into it, what are your specific roles and what is your main focus within the team?
Yeah, so I'm one of the responders. I respond, and what I do is connecting people with the community, or connecting the community with resources that are available. Really just building trust with a lot of the folk and having them to see my face, see the faces of the team, sharing resources and what we're about.
Yeah, and I also I do most of the administrative stuff and the reporting and making sure the communications and reaching out with community organizations to promote the program and talk about it. I also go out on calls with the team, so we also work on locating funding and all of that kind of administrative related to the program.
The Calm Team, you offer quite an extensive list of different services depending on the situation. So would you be able, you said you're working on a visual for that so the community can really understand it. Would you be able to break that down a little for us?
Yeah, there are different areas that the Calm Team can help with. It can be a conflict resolution and mediation. It's like de-escalating a nonviolent dispute, and also helping community members to navigate organizations. And also we do mediation and conflict resolution. We do also help with housing, navigating the legal services, and we also provide first aid for mental health assistance, and also other connecting people to resources like public health related, like housing, a shelter, any food pantries and things like that.
Oh. So a lot of services, and I know one point that's vital to make is this is separate from police. You have your own standalone number. It's not 911 that people can call. So anyone who may be nervous at all,
Yeah, so there's a BHU team that's in the police station, and so they respond with police.
Okay.
So this team responds alone without the assistance of police. But yeah, I think it's really just reimagining public safety. Police have a lot of work going on, and the stress level, and they just have so much that these calls are ones that just don't require police. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I would just want to add, because there's a lot of concerns that need to be addressed that does not really need the police intervention. There's someone's homeless person or unhoused person is on the street, they need help. We can send the Calm Team up there to help them, to connect them with the resources. There's sometimes minor neighbors disputes that does not necessarily need police intervention. The Calm Team can come in and help to gap this, to bridge these gaps that's available in the communities.
Yeah. And it helps with both sides. Like you said, it alleviates some pressure off the police. They don't have to respond to these calls, and then you can go help these people connect to resources they need or whatever other services you could provide.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of a win-win in both senses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And you both mentioned you jumped on board with this, applied for the job, got it. What really made you want to work with this team after seeing all that it's gone through to get here?
Yeah, so for me, I've worked prior to coming into the nonprofit sector. I was working for Scholastic, National Geographic, and really just working with a global population and studying cultural studies. And I'm also a bishop here in the city of Lynn, and so I've already have those social service skills and the social ability to connect with people. When I left the private sector, I started working for Senate Board. So I was there and I built a youth service, a youth program. And it was just really great to be able to like connect with the community, to connect with people. And then this opportunity came up and they required someone who was able to like connect with the community and to be able to just be part of something that's growing. And I thought this is just great to add to what I'm already doing here at another level.
Right, yeah.
I think for me, being an immigrant who moved to the U.S. since 2013, fleeing violence and persecution, and I understand the challenges that immigrants community that they face. Over the course of my career, I worked in multiple organizations, helping refugees and immigrants accessing services. And also when I went to grad school, I learned a lot about conflict and conflict resolution. And as I started working with the city of Lynn, I realized how there's a great opportunity to create a program like this to connect constituents to services and help to connect people to resources. Right. So when I saw about all of this initiative, I got really excited, and I kind of like, this is personal, and I felt like this is really great opportunity to be able to help the Lynn community, especially like I'm in Lynn since 2019 as a Lynn resident.
Yes, you can tell you both have really the personal passion for it, and you actually just brought up a great point. A big focus of this team is the racial equity piece, the cultural competency. That's a really major focus for this team, because of where the idea came from initially, and so that's like a cornerstone of what it is.
Yeah, and particularly here in the city of Lynn, where the demographics are just so vast when it comes to Black and Brown population, the bilingualism, the biliterate opportunities here, and even now more so when ICE is just over around the city. Lynn being a sanctuary city, a lot of people are fearful of law enforcement, right? And so this also bridges the gap to allow the community to call this group and to be able to just help without them getting, other law enforcement involved.
And being Lynn, adding to Javier was saying, is that it's mainly immigrant population, and the immigrant population face additional challenges. Was personally, I went through it by myself, like navigating the legal system to get their status, to get the job, to start their life, and all of these barriers. And I think this is with all of this anxiety about this current climate, I think having this extra resources for them that is understand their challenges and help them to grow in the community. And I think that this is the main thing that the Calm team is focused on, to help to empower the immigrant community of Lynn.
You say it so well. Like, what else can I even add to it? But I think you're really doing that. And you even mentioned that much of the calls we've been doing so far, even just driving around, seeing people, offering assistance, getting yourself more visual in the community, knowing you're there to help with anything you might need. You said some resources can be so complex to navigate that really anyone could use help with those.
Yeah, and one of the things that I say often is that Lynn is just has so many gems of resources available, and the community is just not aware of them. And so if we're able to just help the community reach those resources, then it's a win for the community.
And also to add to that, navigating these resources sometimes can be very complicated. There's every program, they have certain requirements, they serve a certain population. And it can get very overwhelming, even for the people who work in the field, because it's just there's so many resources. Every resource is like a different funding and different requirement. I think as a Calm team, to be out in the community and kind of making it in a personal level that connect these individuals to resources and making sure that they are connected to the service they need. It's not like something they hear about. It's actually a person is helping them through the process who has connection with those organizations. It makes their life, make services more personable and make referrals more individualized, rather than it's just something, a post that they see online and they think they don't know if this is something good for them or not.
you're acting as that bridge there for people.
Yeah.
Connecting them directly to the resources rather than just having to navigate it themselves. And I know I do have to wrap up in a moment, but was there anything else that you've covered so much about the amazing services of the Calm Team, but was there anything else you wanted people to know, how they can contact you, anything like that?
Yeah, so I think what we ask of the community is just have patience with us as we, build this, and we're able to just really make it the Calm Team, it has the vitality to be something really great here in the city, but we're building, right? There's building blocks that we have to do. It took 5 years to get here, right? And so now that we have this and it's up and running, we really just want the community to be patient with us as we continue to navigate and iron out some of the wrinkles that are still with the program. But yeah, you can contact us here. The billboards are on the Linway. You see them there over the city. But the number is 781-905-2256, which is spells out calm at the end.
Great. I think, Javier, you mentioned this. I think this is great. I also want people to actually try calling Calm Team and try using their services and don't feel hesitant. If they are walking around Lynn and they think someone needs assistance, it's just, make this call. It's just easy. You will get with someone. They will help to connect you. It should be seamless, or if there's any feedback, let us know. When you're calling the Calm Team, you're giving people resources. You're not getting them in trouble. Just using that kind of mentality when using the Calm Team would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've already accomplished so much, even just the 1 month that you've been active. So I want to thank you again for coming on, and I'm really excited what you continue to do as you, like you said, just continue to grow, continue to let people know about you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Danny.
you so much for having us. Appreciate it.
Of course, anytime. And as they said, if you or anyone you know needs help, feel free to call this number or contact them. But for now, I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests. The Lynn Museum and Arts Center has a treat heading into the spooky season, a program titled The Douglas Family's Impact in Lynn. Kenneth B. Morris and moderator Danica Thurston Chavez will be discussing Frederick Douglass's ties to Lynn, his family's legacy in Massachusetts, and his journey to Ireland. Morris is a Frederick Douglass descendant and author of Frederick Douglass, The Lynn Years. This program is free for museum members and $5 for non-members, with all proceeds benefiting the Lynn Museum and Arts Center. This event takes place at 6 p.m. on September 30th. Beginning next week on October 1st, join NAGLI for their weekly group sessions at Centerboard. Open to all LGBTQ+ youth aged 14 to 23, this is a space for programming, support, and connecting with peers. Anyone interested can sign up in advance or just drop in from 5:30 to 7:30 on Wednesdays. Food and snacks are also provided. Then join the Lynn Music Foundation for the 2025 Lynn Film Festival, running from October 1st to the 5th at the Black Box Theater. Each night will have a different theme, showcasing a wide range of documentaries and stories. This includes global spotlights on hip-hop, as well as youth films made by students right here in Lynn. The show kicks off on Wednesday, October 1st, with youth films from Raw Artworks and FC Academy. These events are all free and open to the public. But that's the final curtain call for this week. More Halloween and fall events are coming to the city, so be sure to check in and stay up to date by following us on social media at Lynn Community TV. LynnTV.org is your home for all event coverage, government programming, and the most extensive community calendar in the city. If you prefer a visual format, then head to Lynn Community Television on YouTube. I'm Danny Vittori, this is the LCTV News, and we will see you next week.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Leo Inc., Daolis Brothers Construction, and King Movers and Storage.